crochet a basic headband, I used Karen's Simply Soft yarn, and I used a size I or 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. And you can make a narrow one. This one is almost an inch wide. This one is 1.5 inches wide. This one is 2 inches wide. So when you start, you will, for this narrow one, you'll chain 4 stitches. For the medium size, 6. For the 2 inch wide, 8. 4, 6, 8 beginning chain stitches. If you are using crochet thread, and I made one with this size 3 crochet thread, and used a F size, which is, if I can see that, 3.75 millimeter hook, and it was started with 5 chain stitches instead of 4 to get the same width as the yarn. So you just have to have one more chain stitch. This one had beginning 4, and this has a beginning 5 chain stitches to start. So let's do this middle size one that's 1.5 inches wide. We'll do our beginning loop, and for the this 1.5 inch medium size, I'm going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, skipping the chain stitch that's closest to the hook, I'm going to, in the next chain, so it would be 2 chains away from the hook, I'm going to work a single crochet. And now, just picking up this top loop, I'm going to work across and do a single crochet in each of the chain stitches, which will be a total of 5. So you start with 6 chains, and then you single crochet across 5 single crochet stitches, and there's the last one. After you work the last single crochet stitch, do a chain stitch, and then I turn it counterclockwise. No, that would be clockwise this way, huh? Clockwise. And not right there in that one chain stitch, but here in the top of that single crochet. I'm going to pick up both loops and work another single crochet. And now this row will also have 5 single crochets going across, picking up both the loops. This is the second one. Pick up both of the loops. Yarn over, pull it through, yarn over, pull it through both. And that's 3. Got 2 more. Each row will have 5 single crochet stitches. There's number 4, and here is the last one. Then after every row, after you've done your 5 single crochet stitches, you'll always work a chain stitch. Then turn it clockwise and start the next row, and just continue repeating that until it's the length that you'd like. But we'll talk about that later after I get mine about 18 inches long. just keep on crocheting several rows, 5 single crochet stitches each, chain stitch at the end, until you have about 12 inches or so. Unless you're doing it for a baby, then it will need to be a little bit shorter. But get at least 8 inches. Work several rows, 5 single crochet stitches for each row, until you have about 6 inches or so, and we'll go from there. Okay, I've crocheted about 10 inches, and I'm just going to say right now that sizing, making this the right size for whoever it is for, is not an exact science. But if it's for a baby, seems like a lot of head circumferences are like 19, 20, 21. Is that centimeters or? I think that's centimeters. A newborn, a newborn's head circumference average is around 14 inches. So what I'm going to do is say this is for a newborn. The 10 inches that I've done, you want to stretch it so it's not, you're not pulling it as tight as you possibly can, but it's a snug tight so it won't fall off the baby's head. So this, if I'm pulling and measure it, is about 15.5. Could be 16 inches. Sorry, I can't get. If I pull this from 0 to 16, the 10 inches stretched up to 16 inches. So this is going to be too big for an infant, but would fit maybe a child. Now we'll figure out for an adult. To measure for yourself, for an adult, I'm going to use George as my model. Say hi, George. Isn't he handsome? You would take what you've crocheted so far and put it down at the bottom of your head, or the top of your neck in the back. Is that the nape of your neck? And then pull it around. So apparently I'm going to have to do a few more rows for an adult headband. This will not fit George. So I'll do a few more till it pulls snugly to fit. Now that I have this the length that I want it, you want your last row to be so that your loop is on the opposite side of where you started, where the beginning knot is. And my loop's on the same side, so I'm going to add one more row. Here's my chain stitch. I didn't do that yet. Turn it clockwise, and here's one more row of 5 single crochet stitches. And 5. Okay, do your chain stitch, then take your end, make sure there's not a twist in it, put those together like that, and just like you did before, I'm going to pick up both stitches of the previous single crochet, and then on this there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to pick up this beginning stitch right there. Then I'm going to yarn over and pull the hook through. We've got 4 loops on the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to pull it through all 4 loops, a slip stitch. So I'll pick up these 2 again and 1 on the other side. Yarn over and pull it through all 4 stitches. Pick up these 2 loops and this one. Pull through all 4 loops. That's slip stitch. Here's the last one. Pick up these 2 loops and this last one here. It's tight and force a slip stitch through that. Now cut your yarn and pull it through. Now I'm going to do a square knot with these 2 yarn ends, and then I'll crochet them back in a little bit and then trim them flush so that they're hidden. And then we'll do one last thing that's an add, and you're done after you've weaved these in, but there's another thing I'm going to show you that is optional. Okay, I made this headband for a child. Now if you want, it's adorable. Okay, I made I made this headband for a child. I didn't do it for an adult. You can tell it's kind of small. But if you want to have lots of fun, okay, this would be for a child. I just didn't add enough stitches to make it for an adult. But it looks adorable just the way it is. But if you want to have some fun with this basic headband, you can thread a needle and get a button. I like to use clear buttons so that if you just want to wear the hairband the way it is, without added embellishments, the button doesn't show very much if you get the same color as your yarn or a clear one. And this clear one has some glitter, but it's just, I think it's cute. So here's the back where our seam is. So I fold that so that it's in the middle, and then I want to offset or center this button on the top so that the embellishment that I want to put on is a little bit on the side of her head. And then you just bring the yarn on your needle up through the back and down through the front. Turn it over. Just simply tie it in a square knot. If you decide someday that you don't want the button on there anymore, with the square knot it will be really easy to cut it off. And then trim it. I leave about a ½ inch of yarn. Now, with that little button that's really hard to see, so you could just wear it with that little button, or here's the fun part, you can add a crocheted butterfly. Look how cute that is! I love it. Or you could add a crocheted heart. Cute, 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 cute. Or you could add a flower. This is actually a poinsettia that I did. So I don't know if the poinsettia I would really want to put on this tangerine colored headband, but but you can have all these different attachments, and you can find how to crochet these little embellishments, accessories, or whatever for your basic headband in the description box below this video. It will have all the YouTube video links to show you how to do each one of these. And so that makes it a whole lot of fun, and makes it a whole lot of fun. What else should I say? So that's a lot of fun. With the crochet thread, I put another one of these clear glittery buttons on it, and you can do the same thing. You can do these embellishment accessories with crochet thread. I made this butterfly out of crochet thread. And okay, but with the crochet thread, I put one of those clear glittery buttons on the crochet thread headband, and you can do the same thing. I made one of these poinsettias with red size 3 crochet thread, and so you can attach all the same things. You can make all the same things with crochet thread and put it on. And how pretty. Just lacy and delicate. That's just really lovely. I like that. So you can have so much fun. There's such a variety of things you can do with just a basic headband, especially with all these attachment things that you can make. I guess embellishments. Have so much fun with all the embellishments and things that you can make to go with your basic crochet headband. Mix and match. You can just